Oh! 30 minutes. Starting now. Okay. So I wanted to talk about some PK fashion stuff. That's a really great response. Well, because Storm's clothing came out.
Yeah.
And they put out this video with had like zero parkour in it. And they're just like walking around like trying to look cool.
The premium clothing line.
Yeah. What was your impression of it?
Embroiderments. It looks nice, man. I kind of like the direction some parkour clothing is going, where it's not like a big logo or anything. It's just like a small little embroidered logo. It looks like they have. It's gold and it looks pretty stylistic, but it depends on like what you're trying to sell. Like for a gym to have that doesn't make any sense, but for like a clothing company that's clearly gonna make decent money off of the clothing.
Yeah.
It's a cool direction to see parkour clothing going in.
Yeah, I like it. I like the gold. I like the my favorite piece of the line is actually the shirt. It's like that got that two-tone sort of thing at the bottom.
Yeah.
And it looks just like it looks classy. But the one thing I don't like about the line is the all black.
Like everything's black, like the sweater and the pants.
The sweater and the pants. Like I feel like it looks kind of, and they both have the same exact logo in this basically the same spot, like right here on the pants and right here on the shirt, or the hoodie, and it's all black and it's got just like those gold pieces. It looks like something about it looks like, I don't know, cultish or something. I don't know if that's even the right word.
It's an interesting look on it. Yeah.
But yeah, so that I don't like about it. The pants look nice. And the shirt looks nice. I think I would probably get the shirt. I think it's a really nice shirt. But the actual, like, wearing it all together seems off to me.
It's like, I don't know. You know certain people like it'll appeal to all black. Yeah. Like that's like 2008 parkour.
I think it should be worn like mix and match. Like you're not supposed to wear the whole like each one of your Storm
advisory warning.
Yeah.
Don't wear all black so you don't look like ninja.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because
the pants are really cool. They got zipper pockets apparently, which is like the newest thing.
That's the thing, man.
It's the thing to have in parkour clothing.
I'm now at this point, I'm pretty much refusing to wear anything that doesn't have zipper pockets because I don't know. I like having things in my pockets and I don't like them flying out.
Yeah. And not even like just for parkour, for like anything. Yeah. Like spontaneous parkour or climbing.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think that's like, yeah, and so anytime I do something, I'm always checking, all right, are they up or are they down? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Up, I'm
especially
good to go.
when you got like a $500 phone in your pocket.
which I've shattered twice, actually.
Yeah. I definitely shattered mine on this concrete here in the gym, too.
Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, it's like getting close to Christmas time, so I think all like the brands are trying to come out with something, or at least have like a sale. I know like GUP had a sale, and Storror had a sale. Actually, so Storror has had a 10% off sale because their 10-10-10 thing is when they started. Do you know where the GUP number comes from? The 28?
No. Do you?
No, I have no idea.
Okay.
Like, what is that?
I don't think I've ever heard an explanation for it, actually. Anytime I see that shirt, I think it's a Storror shirt.
Yeah, because it's just got the number, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, that seems like something Storror would do.
Yeah, I don't really know where that is.
It looks nice.
Somebody let us know.
Yeah.
What does the 28 mean for GUP?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of Storror and that GUP shirt is starting to look like how I think Nike skateboarding shirts are looking.
Yeah.
Like there's even like the Storm shirt with the bottom lip of like gray on like, the white shirt. It's interesting, like everything's kind of blending together now.
You know what I was thinking about actually last night? Because I was thinking about like clothing and I was looking into like all the different some of the different brands, and I really haven't seen much deviation from black and white.
Yeah, especially in that new line.
I mean, not just Storm though, like GP, Storror, Farang, even like all of these brands, like Modus Project, they're all black and white.
It's probably safe, right?
Very little color.
American parkour.
Well, yeah. The one company that I've noticed that has color is Merm. But they don't release enough product. They have like those two.
Yeah, they've only had the 2 shirts, right?
They had those. Well, they had like
with color.
3
they
shirts.
The black and white.
Yeah, they had the 2 ones with color. The bird shirt, which is still probably one of my favorite shirts, and then that maroon shirt that I have, which I really like as well.
Those are both really noticeable shirts too. Like walking down the street, like somebody will look at it and ask you like, "Whoa!" Like,
pretty much every time I wear the bird shirt, somebody makes a comment about it, like about how that's a really nice shirt, and I'm like, yeah, it is a nice
looks
shirt.
unique. Right?
Yeah, it definitely looks unique. There's like almost no branding on it. They just have the little
M. It could be anybody.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be. It doesn't look like it's a parkour company.
Yeah, it just looks nice, and I think that's a really cool direction for.
The thing I really like about the Merm clothing is like the little tiny added notes on like the. I don't have any on right now, so I can't really remember what it says. But it's got like on the collar or the tag where it's like, this is a medium. It's just like those tiny little things that you can explore on the clothing that make you giggle a little bit.
Yeah,
or
that's really
like
cool.
The added personality to it, I think makes it really attractive.
I like that.
Yeah, that makes me want to keep coming back and buying more.
Yeah.
Whereas, the thing with like black and white coloring though is it's so safe. Like you can definitely sell that clothing.
Yeah.
You can wear it anytime. There's like nobody has a favorite betwing the 2.
Yeah,
really.
but it bums me out though because it's like.
Yeah,
there's no there's no
variety.
deviation. Like there, basically a lot of the clothing that I'm seeing looks very much the same.
Yeah.
Like little stars, a number, maybe some lines, and then
it's risky, right? Risky.
Yeah.
And I wonder if it's just dependent upon what kind of money you can make off of it. If you don't want to risk, like, let's put out a pink shirt.
Yeah.
And potentially not sell any.
I guess.
Except Storror, when they first started, they had like a big line of different color shirts. Granted, it was all the same logo, but there's a pink one.
Interesting. So I got the Merm shorts. You did too.
Yeah.
Right. What do you think of the Merm shorts?
They're great. I think when I put them on, you're like squat. I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah. No, they have like
there's no resistance.
So much mobility like available. They feel really good. I really like just the way they look. And the way they function as a parkour short.
Yeah.
Because
they
have
pockets.
Yeah, they have the extra. I don't know how useful 2 pockets are for me. Like I just want a zipper pocket, but they do have 2 pockets. They have a zipper pocket, and then they have a fronter pocket.
A fronter pocket.
A fronter.
One that doesn't like slap you there when you do something like a jump. It seems like it sits off to the side a little bit more.
The zipper, it's off to the side and it's positioned in such a way, and it's maybe not too deep to the point where your phone or whatever is in your pocket would like flap around, which happens with a lot of short, like athletic shorts.
Yeah, there's a good attention to detail there.
And I really like the gold zippers and the eyelets. Those are gold.
The black and gold.
Yeah,
looks good together.
That looks really fresh.
Even like the unconventional like Merm across the front.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
But it's unique, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's mostly like what Merm clothing has been so far. A nice unique touch on.
I think my one criticism of Merm is I have 2 criticisms of Merm. One is they don't release enough content. I just want to see more from them, as much as possible. And 2, they don't release enough clothing. Like they just released these shorts in the wintertime, the winter short, which is generally speaking is pretty bad timing, but whatever, it's unconventional. They wanted to get it out and they got it out, which is cool.
And I think
I still bought a pair.
Another one of the selling points is that you tried to sell it as a Wim Hof short. Like anybody who's familiar with Wim Hof knows that it's a.
Well, it's cool because the timing of it was like all like the Wim Hof media's been coming out.
It's very current.
The Iceman.
The Iceman.
Which I've been doing quite a bit of his breathing techniques.
Yeah, me too. If you guys haven't watched Iceman on Vice, go watch that documentary.
It's a really cool documentary. Anyway, Merm, no, they don't release enough clothes. Like, I'm actually expecting that they're gonna come out with like a summer pant, just because why not, right?
Yeah.
That would be cool. Like, I would, I think I respect their actual fashion choices, like with their design. So I really want to see more of their products.
Is it mostly Brandon Douglas?
I think because he went to school for design. So he has sort of that in his back pocket. But it takes a while to get to, and it's a lot of work to actually get something, like get a product that's ready. And like, because in the summer he had a prototype of the short when I was in Colorado. And they had to send it back and like get it adjusted or whatever. And I think they were also working on another shirt that I think just didn't work out. It just like wasn't, the design was off.
A lot of their stuff just looks ambitious. Like anytime, like I got the shorts and I thought this looks like it took a lot of time to develop. Yeah. Like I don't even know how I would go about getting the right answers for some of the questions regarding like how do I make the short pocket work and off to the side, and who would make
and
that
imagine
for me?
too, like I think they were like communicating with somebody who didn't speak English very well too, like originally. I don't know, I think they might have switched people. And then like also like you imagine you get a copy of like the product and it's like, okay, well we need to send this back with notes, and how do you communicate that exactly to get it sent, to send it back to and get that guy to totally be on the same page as you.
You gotta have measurements down. I think
It'd
be a tough process to go through, man.
But
I appreciate them that they're that ambitious for it, because like you said, like everybody else seems to be going along this same line of like the same kind of pants we're releasing, or the easy sells for like colors, and there's not much variation between that.
Yeah.
I like to see more of that in the community. Yeah,
for sure. I wanted to switch gears and talk a little bit more about like parkour. and less about the fabric that we wear while we do it. But sticking with Merm, Dylan released a video, just like a raw clip of him doing a descent.
Yeah.
From basically, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. I guess it might be some kind of like condo or something like that. But he's from the top of it, and it's maybe like the craziest descent I've ever seen anyone do. And it's like, it's very raw in that like he clearly didn't practice it, and he was doing a lot of it for the first time.
Look like that. There's that one part where he's hanging from the balcony, looking down to do the drop pre down the hand railing.
Like psyching himself up for it.
Yeah,
like
you can see it at the very beginning of the clip too. Like he's getting mentally ready to go for it, and then like enters into the dive slide.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that line practiced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he undershoots the drop from the cat, right?
Yeah, because I don't think he wanted to do the bounce back. I think he wanted to actually pre and then keep going.
That actually, like, it helps me appreciate the line more, because there's so many things in that line that Dylan makes look easy.
Yeah, the very first part. So he does like this diving like slide vault down, and then he comes down to a drop, and then he does a pre, and then he does this like side cat, and then drops down to a pre on this wall. But that wall is like over, I don't know, like a 20-foot drop at least.
Yeah.
Like, and he does it so easily that you don't, and you can't even really see how big the drop is until later on. And it's just like, like that, like you have to watch it like multiple times to really appreciate it.
Yeah, I think you actually have to be like in the community for a while and training for a while, understand movement to like really appreciate what you're watching.
Yeah.
Ryan should actually put a clip in like right above here or something of when you're talking about
it's
shaking his head.
It's a freaky that's a freaky line. And even towards the very end, like, he comes over the wall and then he does like another drop pre to this like electrical box.
Yeah.
And it's like
I've seen
he clearly knew it. Yeah, he clearly knew exactly where it was on the wall. But like he did it quick. It's just really amazing. So I guess he's working on a Descension project, which is basically a bunch of descents put together.
Yeah.
Which is a really cool idea.
Around the same time that you are working on Ascension.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys like talked about it together, right? Like.
Yeah, when he was here, I talked to him about it. I told him that I was going to be making an Ascension video, doing all like going upward, like dynamic ascents upward. And he was like, oh, like I was already planning to do that with the descent video.
Oh, man.
And I was like, oh, that's awesome.
There should be a cross release, like cross promotion.
Yeah, we'll see.
Really
if
cool.
if it works out, maybe if he's willing to do it, then that'd be cool. But yeah, we'll see. I'm pretty close to finishing my projects. I think I'm maybe 2 or 3 ascents away from being done with it.
I saw Dylan on Facebook today say he was going to go outside and try to film one.
Yeah.
Last couple nice days.
Actually, yeah.
I think that we should try to do the same.
Yeah.
If you're up for it.
Yeah, we've got some nice weather right now, so
yeah,
we should do that.
Moving on, other videos. Jesse's.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to bring that up.
What are those called?
Let's see that in slow-mo.
Oh yeah.
Let's see that in slow-mo. So Jesse LaFleur's been putting up these let's see that in slow-mo videos where he's like talking over a slow-mo clip. Most of the clips I believe are from the Off the Edge tour.
Yeah.
They're from Giles and
parkour commentary.
Yeah, it's parkour commentary and it's like analysis. He's talking about like the moves that he's doing. So like, what's your impression of it? Like as you watch it, like, are you excited about this series? Because he's clearly doing multiple. Are you like?
I like to see it branch out to other videos, like not just ones that he was involved with or like the Off the Edge tour. I think it's a cool place to start. It makes sense. I'd probably do that too, but as well, like some of the things that he's talking about, like people have this like way of talking sometimes where it's like they're trying to be too scientific. They're like, oh, here he is throwing his momentum over so he gets closer to his hips so that he can throw his hips back up over top of himself, and then right into the rotation, taking that landing nicely, dispersing force. It's just like, I don't really want to hear that, to be honest.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I have... So my opinion on this is that I think... My initial opinion on it was I watched it, I was like, this is kind of dumb. Like, I don't want to see it. But then I was watching it and I was like thinking about it and I was like, no, this is a really awesome idea.
Yeah.
I think it's a really cool idea and it's something I would like to see more of in parkour. But I think the problem is it's video clips from videos. I'm less interested in that. I'm more interested in terms of competitions. Like what gave somebody an edge or like or like what made it an interesting line, or
it kind of creates a story to it.
Yeah, exactly. Well. To me, that's way more interesting, obviously, because I'm very much interested in parkour competition. But yeah, that's something I want to see in sort of that realm. I don't want to see a video analysis. I mean, unless it's like some crazy interesting line, like unless it's like Dylan's Descent.
Yes.
Where it's like we're talking about like what's going on there, or whoever's talking about what's going on and like maybe the mistakes he made.
Yeah.
Right.
How to improve on the line. Not just like, oh, look at him, how perfect he gets into this lineup and sets up his cork and pushes the wall away so he knows where he is.
Yeah, so I mean...
And there's even like bails, I think, like would be interesting to look back on, like Toby's bail in Lisbon. I would like to see, like hear analysis or hear Toby talk about that.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah. And the other issue though is like it has to be in slow-mo, I guess.
Yeah, it's a restriction you put upon yourself like right away.
But it's
cool.
It's a really cool idea, and it makes me like excited about like the future of like what might happen with the sport.
Which I want to really see done, like commentary done with the Storror videos, like the ones that are like 17 minutes long.
Oh yeah.
Like have the guys sit down with like being mic'd up, like 5 of them just remembering all these things that happen. You're gonna get like stories that come in.
Yeah.
And they can tell you like a little bit more in depth, like, oh, this happened and this happened, and like this is where like Callum got left at the board or something. I don't know if that happened. That's just.
So we'll transition then, I guess, into the Storror video, the Cappadocia.
Yeah. That place looks incredible, man.
It does look awesome. Like what like. So what's your just basic impression of that video? Other than the place looks incredible.
Yeah.
Like, are there any memorable moments in it?
It seems like that would be a really good video for like tourism to Cappadocia. You know what I mean? Got a little bit of spin. Yeah, man. Like that's what it seemed like. The quadcopter shots looked incredible. Showed the scenery very well. And like the hot air balloons going up, it was like, oh, this looks so magical. The parkour is pretty good, but it was such a short video that it didn't seem like a regular Storror video to me anymore. Like there wasn't much B-roll.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it as like just watching it just as an enjoyable like video to watch. There's basically this many memorable like parkour moments in it.
Yeah.
Which
most of them have to do with the structures themselves, going down into holes and stuff.
Yeah. Like, because like you know, you think about like the videos that you get really excited about, and those are like the videos that are like have the high level movement. Like I don't know, the first video comes to mind is Long Hair Big Chief.
Yeah.
Professional long hair Big Chief. Like maybe like one of the best videos of all time. And because of all the high level skill that's happening in it. Storror Cappadocia is like, wow, look at this awesome lifestyle these guys are living. That's the feeling I get from it, which is cool. It looks very visually appealing. I love the drone shots. They're clearly having a ton of fun. I take it back. There's one moment that does stand out to me, and that's when Toby's doing like the sliding, and he does like the
such a good line,
front flip to like back flop and like continue sliding.
Yeah.
That looked fun to me, but it wasn't like, oh, like that's such a high level maneuver. It's like, no, that just looks amazing. It looks like so fun to do.
Yeah. I think that's the same thing that I had to watching. It's like, it looks like they're having a hell of a good time. Yeah.
And so you're talking about like the commentary, and it's this is something I really like about some of the Storror videos. Is in particular, I'm thinking about the behind the scenes of roof culture, and that was probably I want to say that's my favorite Storror video.
Yeah.
The behind the scenes of roof culture, not roof culture itself, but the behind the scenes, because it shows a lot of action. It's a longer video, and they're basically they're talking about their experience shooting it, and they have tons of stories that go along with it. And it's like it's Toby that's doing all that all the storytelling, I guess.
Yeah.
That's like that type of video is like really really fun. The Tunisia video as well. It's like longer, like almost documentary format about.
Yeah. I feel like that's one we come back to quite often. When we're just sitting around like, let's watch the Tunisia video again.
Yeah.
It's got so much of like personality and
because it's a film.
Development of the story. Yeah, exactly. It's like
film.
17 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Maybe longer, I can't remember, but yeah, it definitely feels like it when you're watching it. There's a climax, and then Benj gets hurt, or Max gets hurt. One of the guys gets hurt.
Benj
gets hurt.
got hurt, yeah. Yeah, that kind of sucks. He like destroyed his foot.
Yeah.
And that's gotta be scary too, because you're in a place that you have no idea like what's going on. Like
it seemed like their Cappadocia visit was pretty tame. Like nothing really happened as far as any unexpected twists and turns.
Yeah, that's
as far as I could see. Except for getting directions, I like just led straight up a road, which is pretty fun.
You're gonna start here and you're gonna go follow the
from
path
A to B,
up this way.
I like the behind the scenes of roof culture. The only thing that I would say that I'd like to see a little bit differently is instead of having like the shots where people are sitting down like in this chair and talking, it would just be like DVD commentary, where you hear the people's voices, but it's the same video playing through, so they can like pause it and go through it if they like to. They have a little bit more power that way, but it'd be really cool to listen to them just all get together in a room and just like hear the voices but see the video still. So
yeah, that could be fun.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Yeah, hopefully they're listening and they can
probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
We could send it to them, or somebody should.
Yeah, we could do that.
We could do that.
They're accessible enough.
Yeah, seriously.
Facebook, right? Okay, just got a few minutes left, so I just want to entertain some questions. We'll start with Lucas asked, any plans for guest spots on the show?
Oh. Lucas Othmer?
Yeah, Lucas Othmer.
You, of course, Lucas.
I'm not opposed to it. I think it'd be cool. I don't know. I guess it depends on like who the person is and like if we feel like we can have a good conversation.
Oh yeah, with the topic.
That's what this show is about. Is just having good conversations and like having it be as organic as possible and not like we're like
an interview.
Yeah. Like you were trying to talk to me about some of these subjects last night, and I was like, "Shut up! Stop talking! I'm not listening."
Why are you doing that to me, man? That's rude.
Yeah, it's because I didn't want to have a conversation with you about it before.
You ruined the organic
mood
of the whole thing.
That's the most important part about the show is that it's as organic as possible, and we're just talking about topics on parkour.
Yeah. Just
that are
STS,
relevant.
man. We're just STSing.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to have some people that would come through the community, just sit down and talk to them as they're traveling for parkour or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's coming up in the next little while, but it's a possibility.
Maybe. Yeah. Brandon Douglas really wants to come on. He mentioned that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, we could do some winter short training up in the mountains.
Yeah. Well, he's gotta come out here if he wants to be on the show.
There you go.
All right. Next question. What do you think is the best way to learn parkour and free running? Some people. This is from Lucas Arjan Odell from the island. Yeah. So some people start by going to a gym and throwing backflips immediately. Some start with jumps and vaults. Do you think you should hold back on trying to do the big stuff before your fundamentals? I'd like to know your guys' opinion on that everyone's being that everyone trains so differently.
Depends on your age, what you're interested in, what your goals are.
Yeah, it depends on a lot of things. Your previous sport history. Some people have a big jump naturally, either because of genetics or because of previous sport training history in some other athletic discipline. Focus on the fundamentals. Control is more important than power, I would say.
Power is nothing without control.
Yeah. Oh, I just said it differently.
Yeah, you did. Now it's yours, though.
I'd say it's a focus on control before you really go for the big stuff. But that said, if you want to learn flips, don't hold yourself back from learning flips if that's what you're interested in.
Yeah.
I think it's important to be well-rounded. So if all you're doing is flips, then maybe think about doing some, having a clean landing technique with precisions and at least have the basics down for learn how to do a climb up. Learn how to do a climb up. Learn how to stick a rail precision. But aside from those things, learn the basic vaults, obviously. Aside from those things, if you want to learn big flips and tricks and stuff, and you have access to do that safely, absolutely do it. If not, just try to learn in the best progressions you can.
Yeah, I think there's key movements that you should be learning, and you touched on them. Climb ups for sure is a pet peeve. Mm-hmm. I think for a lot of us, seeing young guys coming up who still do climb ups with one shoulder coming over first.
Yeah, you know what the biggest thing is? Not the biggest thing, but rolls. Just because you can roll,
don't just stop.
Doesn't mean you got it really. Master your roll. I think that's a very important aspect of parkour is learn not just how to roll, but how to do it absolutely painless on the hardest of surfaces.
Yeah. That's something that I didn't even train until much later in my career too.
Yeah.
And until I realized, this is a huge hole in my game.
Yeah.
I'm definitely glad it's something that I focused on.
Yeah, it's that's something that's it's like when people get a Kong. It's I got Kongs. Moving on. Done. And it's no, you can develop your Kong to increase this the size of your Kong. There's different types of Kongs. There's dive Kongs, double Kongs, there's rail Kongs, and they're all different. They're all very different. They have the same fundamental approach mechanics, but they're all different, and so you have to learn how to do all of them. Well, you don't have to. Not twisting your arm. But
if you want to get the most out of your parkour training, why not?
Yeah, and
I guess it depends on your goals again, right? Some people just want to do backflips off ledges.
Yeah.
If that's really what you want to do,
or bar tricks or whatever, and you know, and it's fine to specialize. I think it's okay to be a specialist in parkour. It's just I think you're limiting yourself if you don't at least have your bases covered. Mm-hmm. I think one thing that I've talked at length with Renee on is just making sure you don't have any holes in your game, but also making sure you are good at something.
Yeah.
Don't be a You know, don't be somebody who's not good at anything.
Yeah.
Right? Don't be just like super generalist.
Low generalist.
Unless that's your thing. Maybe you want to be good at being a generalist.
I guess that's just what you want to get out of the sport.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to compete? Do you want to be a video athlete? Do you want to just do it recreationally?
Yeah.
That's the decision that somebody has to make themselves. But like, also, do you want to last in the sport? So, and lasting in the sport means you have to work on the basics and fundamentals.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't land a rail precision, chances are there's probably a reason for that, and it's gonna manifest in some other form in the movement.
Okay. That's our. I think that's our show for today.
That's it.
We're gonna try to keep it at 30 minutes so we don't go over.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
All right. Handshake.
Handshake.
Cheers.
Nobody spilt their coffee.
Yeah. Success.
Yes.
All right.